Evening. Thank you for coming to this screening and the talk, particularly in this difficult time of Hong Kong. Tonight we are very pleased to have Dr. Peter Rist with us to talk about Quebec cinema. Dr. Rist is the full professor at the Mel Hoppenheim School of Cinema in Concordia University in Montreal. He's an expert on Asian cinema. As you may not know, he's also a big fan of Hong Kong cinema, which he's a regular visitor to Hong Kong. So tonight he will talk about politics and society, and of course Quebec cinema, and see how these issues are related to Hong Kong. So tonight the talk will be conducted in English, and we have Cantonese interpretation. So please welcome Dr. Rist. And also our interpreter, Christopher Wang. Thank you.
I don't usually like to read a text, but I thought it would be a lot easier since to have it translated immediately. So thank you, Christopher.
You're welcome.
So my talk will begin with comparison and contrast of both politics and independent film between Hong Kong and Quebec. So do I go like this? No. Sorry. Just to put the, oh, it's up there. No, okay. And we'll conclude with some stylistic and formal attributes of two Quebec films made in the 1960s and 1970s that have already shown in this festival.
Dr. Rist 佢會首先從政治同埋獨立電影呢兩個層面去比較香港同埋魁北克省嘅情況啦，做一個對比。然後佢之後會就住兩部魁北克嘅電影咧，佢哋嘅風格同埋佢哋嘅形式咧，做一個深入嘅分析。呢兩套片都係喺呢次嘅電影節有進行放映嘅。
So first part, politics in Hong Kong and Quebec. I immigrated to Canada in 1965, and from late 1966 to mid-1971, a revolutionary period in Quebec culture and politics, I lived in Montreal.
Dr. Rist 佢係1965年移民去咗加拿大，佢本身係英國人嚟嘅其實，咁佢就話1966年至到1971年呢一段時間可以話喺魁北克係一個魁北克省嘅文化同埋政治方面都係非常之動盪嘅，咁佢當時係居住喺滿尼河。
I was working as a mechanical design engineer in aerospace, and I was struck by the situation where the language of the engineering offices was English, whereas the language on the shop floor was French. I became aware of the disparity, which was also one of class, between the well-educated in the offices and the workers down below.
咁佢當時係一個航天嘅機械工程師啦，咁佢喺寫字樓翻工嘅，咁佢就意識到有一個非常之大嘅一個差異喺個社會上面出現，咁呢個差異係同語言有關嘅。喺佢辦公室入邊咧，所有工程師都係講英文嘅，咁但係喺社會上面一般嘅嗰啲小市民小商鋪咧，佢哋係講法語嘅，咁佢意識到呢個唔係淨係一個語言嘅差異咁簡單，亦都係一個階級嘅差異。有嗰啲生活比較好嘅、舒適啲嘅，佢哋就係得到一個比較好嘅教育，佢哋通常都係講英文嘅。咁嗰啲勞動階層，佢哋通常係講法文。咁呢個係佢當時意識到嘅一個情況。
The engineers and design draftsmen, almost all male at the time, were predominantly from the United Kingdom and the United States, with some from other European countries and other Canadian provinces. There was virtually no advanced engineering or scientific education in French Canada at that time, with most post-secondary education being in the arts and law rather than business.
咁當時呢啲工程師同埋好多設計師咧，基本上都係男性為主導啦。咁佢哋主要都係嚟自英國同埋美國同埋有啲歐洲嘅國家或者係其他加拿大嘅一啲省份。 咁基本上係當時呢啲比較先進嘅呢啲工程學科同埋科學嘅學系咧係冇係用法文嚟教授嘅，所有都係用英文教授。咁法文教授當時只係得文科同埋法律系，咁係有咁嘅情況。
I began to understand that there was a lot wrong with this situation, although unfortunately I was completely immersed in Anglophone Montreal, where the English-speaking population was much larger than today.
咁佢其實當時都意識到社會上係有好多唔係咁合理嘅情況，咁但係當時佢係比較係融入喺呢個本地可講英文嘅呢一個社群入邊，咁當時講英文嘅人係比而家多得多嘅。
The 1960s was the period of the Quiet Revolution in Quebec, where the provincial Liberal government of Jean Lesage oversaw the reduction of the power of the Roman Catholic Church, which had effectively run things, including politics, in the past.
咁1960年代咧喺魁北克省咧，佢係形容為一個執政嘅革命嘅年代。咁當時嘅呢個省政府係由呢個自由黨領導啦。咁佢哋就取代咗之前羅馬天主教管治成個省嘅一個情況。咁之前嘅話，羅馬天主教係可以話係控制咗嗰個省嘅所有嘅政治同埋文化。
Ministries of health and education were created, and the unionization of the civil service encouraged hydroelectric power to be nationalized as Hydro-Quebec. And whereas Francophones had always called themselves Canadiens Français, they now began to call themselves Quebecois and developed a sense of nationalism.
咁當時有好多情況發生咗，省政府咧就成立咗呢個健康同教育部啦，咁公務員就成立咗工會，咁水電局咧亦都進行咗國有化。咁當時嘅魁北克人係仲未開始叫自己係魁北克人嘅，佢哋當時其實係之前係叫自己法裔加拿大人嘅。咁但係喺嗰個時候咧就開始產生咗，佢哋開始叫自己魁北克人，可以話開始建立咗一種民族主義嘅一個意識。
The economic boom and wave of social development culminated in the hugely popular Montreal World's Fair in 1967, Expo 67, where Quebecois and Quebecoises from all over the province had their eyes collectively opened to the world beyond. And in parentheses, I visited this wonderful exhibition every day during the Summer of Love.
咁當時魁北克省嘅經濟非常之蓬勃啦，咁成個社會發展都非常之好啦。咁當時就係1967年咧，佢哋就舉辦咗呢個世界博覽會，可以話係令到成個省嘅人民咧都開咗眼界，令到佢哋可以睇到外邊嘅世界。咁當時 Peter Rist 博士咧，佢哋都係每一日都有去參加呢個博覽會。
A less quiet revolution of militant separatism was staged by the Front de Libération du Québec, FLQ, sparked by the French President, General Charles de Gaulle, proclaiming Vive le Québec libre while on his official state visit during Expo 67. Bombs were placed in mailboxes and 2 diplomats were kidnapped, leading to Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau invoking the World Measures Act on 12th of October 1970 for the first and so far only time, apart from the 2 world wars, allowing for random arrests and leading to the eventual execution of the Liberal Deputy Premier of Quebec, Pierre Laporte, by the FLQ.
咁當時亦都出現一個相對冇咁直政嘅一個革命。咁當時係出現咗一啲軍事嘅一啲分離主義，咁係由呢個魁北克嘅解放陣線發起嘅。咁呢個情況係喺當時法國嘅總統戴高樂喺訪問魁北克省嘅時候咧，就發起咗一個解放魁北克省嘅呢個口號，咁引發咗好多動亂。咁當時郵箱入邊又出現炸彈啦，跟住亦都有2位外交家係被綁架嘅。咁後面咧就加拿大嘅呢個總理杜魯多咧就頒布咗呢個戰時措施法。 咁呢個係1970年嘅10月12號，咁呢個係除咗二戰嗰兩次以外，第一次係頒布呢個戰時措施法。咁當時出現咗好多隨機嘅一啲拘捕啦，亦都導致咗當時呢個省嘅呢個副省長係被暗殺嘅。
Dubbed the October Crisis and the subject of two films in this series, Les Ordres, Michel Brault, 1974, and Octobre, 1994, directed by avowed separatist Pierre Falardeau, the removal of civil liberties through the War Measures Act, which had been recommended through the provincial Liberal government, meant that Trudeau's name, and to a lesser extent the Liberals, would be despised by many Quebecois and Quebecois to this day.
咁呢一次電影節放咗兩套片，係一套叫《命令》，另一套《10月危城》，都有講述當時嘅呢一場危機係當時大家叫係10月危機啦。咁呢個加拿大嘅當時嘅總理杜魯多同埋佢所領導嘅自由黨，亦都因為當時頒布咗呢個戰時措施法，到今日好多魁北克人都仲係非常之鄙視佢哋嘅。
October 1970 was a very scary time, but by 1976, when the legitimate separatist political party, the Parti Québécois, the PQ, was elected by a majority provincial vote in 1976, I had become quite sympathetic to their goals, to the extent that as a student at Concordia University in first-year film production, I went on the street at night with my Canon Super 8 camera, loaded with the fastest available black and white film stock, to capture the post-election celebrations. Again, in parentheses, unfortunately, the lab incorrectly processed the film, and I could only use footage I had shot off my television screen for an election documentary. And eventually, my camera was also stolen.
咁1970年10月係非常之恐怖嘅一個時期啦。咁跟住1976年咧，其實呢個鼓勵呢個魁北克省去獨立或者分離嘅一個政黨魁北克人黨咧，就第一次贏到呢個大省嘅大選，咁成為咗呢個執政黨。咁Peter Rist 博士咧，當時亦都對呢個佢哋嗰啲追求嘅目標咧，開始變得比較同情，都比較能夠理解。咁佢當時係喺加拿大喺梅地可呢個大學入邊讀緊第一年嘅呢個電影製作呢個係。咁跟住佢亦都有上街，利用佢當時手上嘅呢個佳能嘅一個相機咧，去影當時佢哋呢個政黨慶祝勝選之後嘅情況。咁好可惜，佢之後嗰啲菲林咧就喺後期處理嘅時候咧就大量嘅都係冇能夠能夠曬到出嚟，或者同埋後面佢嘅相機都係被偷咗嘅，所以其實佢冇留低太多嘅當時嘅情況。
Following their coming to power, the PQ held a referendum in 1980 on sovereignty association, looking for independence while maintaining full economic links with Canada, which was unsuccessful. But after the PQ returned to power in 1994 and held a second referendum in 1995, now on full sovereignty, they only narrowly lost with 49.2% of the vote. They needed 50.1%. If one concludes that political interests tend to be cyclical, the desire for independence may well return.
咁呢個魁北克人黨咧喺佢哋全面執政之後咧，喺1980年就發起過一次呢個獨立公投、主權嘅公投。咁當時係唔成功啦。咁之後咧，佢哋喺1994年再一次贏得大選，佢哋喺1995年又再舉行咗第二次嘅全民公投。咁呢次係追求全面獨立，從加拿大獨立。咁當時佢哋嘅得票率係49.2%，離佢哋可以勝出呢個公投嘅係爭唔夠1%嘅啫。咁Peter Rist 博士佢就覺得呢啲政治嘅訴求好多時候可能都有個週期嘅，咁呢一種追求獨立嘅呢個意欲可能遲啲又會再回翻轉頭。
Obviously, Hong Kong's politics are very different from those in Quebec, but there are similarities. While democracy has always existed in Canada since it became a self-governed dominion, emerging from being a colony in 1867, citizens of Hong Kong have only been able to dream of democracy.
咁佢就覺得香港嘅政治可能同 魁北克都係比較唔同，咁但係其實都有一啲相似嘅地方嘅。咁喺加拿大咧一路以嚟都有呢個民主嘅制度啦。咁自呢個1867年咧，呢個魁北克省其實已經係一個自治領。咁香港嘅民眾可能一路都係希望能夠追求民主。咁但係其實我哋可以話香港同魁北克省其實佢哋都係曾經被英國人殖民統治過。咁都係有希望能夠擺脱呢個殖民統治嘅過去嘅一個咁樣嘅追求。
They have a shared history of being under British rule, and a large percentage of Hong Kongers desired to be free of their colonial past, just as separatists desired to not be subject of the British Commonwealth. Both regions have suffered through and survived colonialism, although one could argue that a new version of colonialism now exists in Hong Kong.
咁香港可能係想擺脱佢嘅被殖民嘅一個過去啦，咁就好似魁北克省亦都係希望擺脱唔希望成為呢個英聯邦嘅一員一樣。咁兩個地區可以話都曾經經歷過呢個殖民統治，咁亦都係就行過嚟啦。咁但係當然可能亦都有人會提出就話其實香港而家可能經歷緊另一種形式嘅殖民主義。
A second similarity is related to language. There are two official languages of Canada, French and English, and this was always the case in every province, including Quebec. In most of the rest of Canada, excepting the province of New Brunswick, which is bilingual, only English was spoken predominantly, and outside of the Montreal region and the eastern townships, les cantons de l'Est, the French language dominated.
咁另外一個佢覺得香港同魁北克省相似嘅地方係語言啦。咁喺加拿大咧係有兩個官方語言嘅，係法文同埋英文。咁呢個係每一個省都係咁樣嘅情況，除咗喺魁北克省。咁喺加拿大其餘嘅省份咧，除咗紐賓士域省係有兩個官方語言之外咧，只係得英文係官方語言嘅啫。咁喺滿地可嘅話，喺魁北克省嘅話咧，喺滿地可以外嘅地區大部分嘅人都係講法語嘅。
After the PQ were elected, they passed a law making French the only official language. Although through immigration, Montreal has effectively become a multilingual, highly cosmopolitan city, not unlike Hong Kong. Hong Kong is different, of course, although under British rule, the English language ruled in governmental sectors and the world of business.The latter also prevailing until the late 1960s in Montreal.
咁喺之前講到嘅呢個魁北克人黨勝出咗大選之後咧，佢哋就通過咗個法例，就令到法語成為咗魁北克省唯一嘅官方語言啦。咁雖然係咁樣，但係因為有大量嘅移民湧入，咁滿地可其實都係一個非常之多元嘅一個多元文化嘅一個城市，有好多唔同嘅語言喺度，都有人會講唔同嘅語言，非常之大都會嘅。咁同香港係好相似嘅。咁香港當然亦都有佢唔同嘅地方啦。喺英國人統治期間咧，英文係唯一嘅官方語言。咁無論係商業上都係由英語主導嘅。咁當時喺滿地可嘅話，直到1960年代末咧，亦都係英語為主導嘅。
Whereas Hong Kong is not the only place where Guangdonghua, Cantonese, is the dominant spoken language/dialect. After the 1949 Communist Revolution, the official language of the People's Republic of China became Putonghua. And although residents of Guangdong province in particular continued to communicate in Cantonese, that was not the case in official circles. Indeed, all PRC films were now made in Putonghua.
咁香港咧就好獨特啦。咁當然唔係淨係香港先有人講廣東話，但係廣東話嘅呢個情況亦都係非常之特殊嘅。咁喺1949年共產黨成立咗新中國之後，咁普通話就成為咗官方嘅語言。咁係廣東省亦當時雖然係繼續係會有人講廣東話，咁但係中國嘅官方語言已經係變成咗普通話。
Yeah, please excuse my pronunciation. The spoken dialect of Montreal, now known as Joual, is very distinctive, and I believe has developed in such a way as to be deliberately unintelligible to French speakers from elsewhere, including France, to such an extent that some Quebec films are shown there with French subtitles.
咁喺魁北克省，佢哋其實都有佢哋自己嘅呢個方言，叫朱華勒話啦。咁係非常之獨特嘅。咁佢認為咧，呢個語言係從法語度衍生出嚟嘅，而且佢嘅發展嘅情況咧就去到一個係特登希望能夠發展到就係令到嗰啲法語嘅呢個講法語嘅人咧係聽唔明嘅。
On this point, I am reminded of how other city dwellers, including Cockneys from East London, England, had developed their own rhyming slang that nobody else could understand. And in Hong Kong, we have the famous example of Stephen Chow Sing Chi, who exaggerated his Cantonese speech to such an extent that only Hong Kongers could fully understand his humorous dialogue.
咁佢就話喺英國倫敦東部咧，亦都有一班人係佢哋開發咗自己嘅一個獨特嘅方言，係其他地區嘅人係聽唔明嘅。咁佢呢度再舉多一個例子，就係佢覺得香港嘅廣東話特別係周星馳拍嘅呢個比較無厘頭嘅電影佢入邊用到嘅廣東話，可以話係可能係香港人先至能夠完全能夠理解佢裏邊嘅幽默嘅，同埋能夠完全理解佢幽默嘅廣東話。
A third similarity between Hong Kong and Quebec, I suggest, is that residents of both regions are extremely sophisticated in their understanding of politics, and young people in particular are keen to show their political allegiances through peaceful demonstration.
咁第三樣，佢覺得香港同魁北克省相似嘅地方係兩個地方嘅年輕人咧，似乎都好願意或者去好積極咁去展示佢哋喺佢哋非常對政治都係非常之了解嘅，非常之熱衷嘅，而且非常之積極咁去展示佢哋透過和平示威去或者遊行去展示佢哋喺政治方面嘅一啲聯繫。
Oh boy. In April 2012, throughout Quebec, there was a huge protest by students against the provincial Liberal government's proposal to raise university tuition fees. Although post-secondary education costs were lower in Quebec than anywhere else in North America, Quebec students, politically on the left, believe that education should be free, and socialists in opposition parties, the PQ, Québec Solidaire, Option Nationale, etc., and unions joined in.
咁喺2012年4月咧，咁喺魁北克省咧有出現呢個大規模嘅呢個學生嘅遊行示威，係抗議呢個省嘅自由黨政府咧係提議要加呢個大學嘅學費。咁雖然魁北克省嘅呢個大學學費喺北美嚟講算係平嘅，咁但係魁北克嘅學生大部分都係偏左翼，佢哋認為教育應該係免費嘅。咁當時所有呢啲好多其他嘅政黨係偏呢個社會主義嘅政黨咧，都加入咗去支持呢啲學生，去聲援呢啲學生，仲包括好多呢個嗰啲工會，咁可以話係一個非常之激烈嘅一個運動。
There were widespread disruptions at the end of the university term, with a majority of students not attending classes. The protest continued into May, and although they did not result in a reduction of tuition fees, they certainly contributed to the PQ being re-elected as a minority government in the fall of 2012, which agreed to freeze them in consort with their campaign promises.
咁呢個當時呢個大規模嘅示威係喺一個學期嘅期末嘅時候進行啦。咁大部分嘅學生都冇去上堂。咁呢個遊行示威一路直到去5月份。咁雖然最後係冇減到呢個學費，咁但係支持學生嘅其中一個政黨魁北克人政黨就成功贏到之後嘅大選。咁佢哋當時競選嘅時候嘅其中一個政綱就係唔會增加呢個學費。咁佢哋都有遵守呢個承諾。
Independent film. So what is an independent film? We probably have a different conception of this in Canada and Quebec, mostly because until the 1960s, most of the films made were not feature length. Prior to World War II, Canadian film production was primarily of documentary short films made by government bureaus or independent companies, such as Associated Screen News based in Montreal. Before the formation of Canada's National Film Board, the NFB, or the Office National du Film, ONF in French, there had only been 2 attempts at initiating studio feature film production in Canada. the Trenton, Ontario student in the silent era, and Ken Bishop's Central Films in Victoria, British Columbia, where he produced 12 feature films that qualified as British quota quickie films between 1935 and 1938.
咩係為之係獨立電影？咁喺加拿大魁北克省咧，喺加拿大或者喺魁北克省咧，佢定義可能同其他地方會有啲唔同，因為直到1960年代咧，大部分加拿大或者魁北克省佢創作嘅電影都唔係長片嚟嘅。咁喺二戰之前咧，加拿大電影嘅製作主要都係呢啲記錄嘅短片，咁都係由政府嘅部門去資助，或者係有啲獨立嘅公司去製作嘅。咁佢當時有提到有喺呢個加拿大國家電影局成立之前咧，基本上只係得兩次嘅一個嘗試去成立呢個大型嘅一個製片廠。咁一個喺安大略省，咁另外一個咧就係喺BC 省嘅呢個維多利亞。咁當時有一位電影人，佢係創作咗12部長片，咁係符合係可以喺英國放映嘅一個長片嚟嘅。
There was a British law which allowed films made within the Commonwealth or Empire to be screened in the United Kingdom as British films. Canada could not possibly compete with their southern neighbour, the US, in feature film production, so they basically agreed not to. In Quebec, some entrepreneurs like Leo Ernest Ouimet managed to make a few films, and famously, he ran a successful chain of cinemas. But with the Catholic Church controlling the cultural life of the province so sternly, there was only one brief attempt at making prestige feature films when Quebec film theatre owner J.A. Desèvres joined with some wealthy French nationals to form Renaissance Films in 1944 and import Russian-born director Fyodor Otsep to make Le Père Chopin on the screen, and the very ambitious La Forteresse, Whispering City, shot in and around Quebec City by two separate French and English versions. Sorry for the length of that.
當時有一個英國嘅法例咧，就係喺呢個英聯邦國家製作嘅電影咧，係可以喺英國進行放映嘅，咁係作為英國嘅可以歸屬為英國電影咁去放映。咁加拿大當時對於電影嘅定位就係佢哋相信佢哋係冇辦法同美國去競爭去拍長片嘅，所以佢哋基本上就冇去參與製作長片。咁當然亦都有一啲企業家好似頭先佢提到嘅呢位Leo 先生，佢係有曾經嘗試去製作一啲長片，咁亦都有經營呢個連鎖嘅電影院線。咁但係當時咧，其實天主教嘅教會係控制咗成個省嘅呢個文化方面嘅情況。咁當時亦都有一啲電影院嘅老闆係嘗試去同一啲外國嘅機構去合作，好似法國嘅啲電影公司去合作，去喺本地可進行一啲電影嘅一個拍攝。
Now, if we consider the NFB, ONF, to not be an independent organisation, and as a government-funded institution, it certainly isn't independent, we would then need to look at experimental short filmmaking as the one truly independent sector in Canada and Quebec until 1975, when a tax shelter was introduced by the Canadian federal government to allow producers to deduct 100% of their investment in feature films from their taxable incomes.
咁如果我哋認為加拿大國家電影局資助嘅呢啲電影，就唔可以當佢哋係一個獨立嘅電影，因為佢哋唔係一個獨立嘅機構。咁可能我哋就要睇一啲可能較為實驗性強啲嘅一啲作品去尋找真正嘅呢個獨立電影。咁直到呢個1975年咧，當時政府就開始有一個咁樣嘅避稅投資嘅一個計劃，就係話如果你去投資去拍呢個長片嘅話咧，你可以將你嘅成本100%可以作為一個扣稅。咁喺呢個之後就出現咗其他好多大量嘅作品。
This encouraged real film studios to be built in Montreal to enable Canadian but also US, UK and other feature film production companies to make films in Quebec. I understand that the organisers of this wonderful retrospective of Quebec independent feature films wanted to focus on French language production, but during the tax shelter years of 1975 to 1982, the total number of Canadian feature film productions increased from only 4 in 1974 to a peak of 77 in 1979, many of which were made in Montreal.
咁因為有咗呢個新嘅政策啦，咁就多咗好多首先有人嚟投資喺滿地可成立呢個片廠啦，咁亦都有好多人嚟滿地可去拍片嘅。咁1974年嘅時候咧，成年只係拍咗4部片，咁嚟到1979年咧，其實成年係拍咗77部長片。
Most were not of high quality, and many were exploitative. For example, David Cronenberg's horror film Shivers, 1975, made by Cinepix, a company which had introduced sexploitation in Quebec with the money-making Valérie and Initiation before the tax shelter law was introduced.
咁頭先講到有多咗好多片喺滿地可拍啦，咁但係其實佢認為質素都唔係特別好嘅啫。咁其中就包括咗我哋比較熟悉嘅一個導演大衛哥連堡，佢拍嘅《毛骨悚然》。咁好多呢啲戲其實都係屬於可能係剝削電影呢個流派。咁出現咗好多呢一種咁嘅類型電影。
Some films were highly regarded critically and performed well at the box office, including the English language film shot mainly on location in Quebec, Lies My Father Told Me, directed by Jan Kadar from Czechoslovakia, and The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz, 1974, based on the novel by Mordecai Richler and directed by Ted Kotcheff, which won the Golden Bear top prize at the Berlin International Film Festival and was nominated for a screenplay Oscar, as well as the French language film that just showed here in this series earlier this evening, Les Bons Débarras, Good Riddance, directed by Francis Mankiewicz, a bilingual Jewish Montrealer who was actually born in Shanghai.
咁亦都有啲戲係喺大獲好評，而且喺票房上亦都非常之成功嘅。咁亦都有戲係有嘅作品係能夠入圍到，好似柏林影展，亦都係有得獎最佳影片，同埋有入圍奧斯卡嘅。咁亦都有呢一次電影節我哋有放映嘅《好心放開我》，呢啲都係當時出產嘅一啲比較好嘅作品。
I first became aware of Hong Kong movies when I lived in St. Vincent, a former British island colony in the Caribbean, from 1971 to 1975, teaching mathematics at a new technical college. These were so-called kung fu films which have been dubbed into English, although one could rarely hear any of the dialogue because the mostly male audiences were so boisterous. Excuse me.
佢最早留意到香港電影係當佢係喺1971年至75年嘅時候居住喺加勒比海一個之前係英國嘅殖民地嘅聖文森咯。咁當時佢喺嗰度係教授數學嘅，咁當時佢睇到好多功夫片啦，咁亦都係有英文嘅配音嘅，咁但係當時喺戲院嘅時候咧，好難聽得到呢啲對白，因為當時呢啲大部分嘅呢啲觀眾都係啲白人男人，佢哋係非常之嘈嘅。
Yeah, so some in the front rows of wooden benches, the pit, as it was known, engaging in copycat fighting. Fortunately, I got to see Jimmy Wang Yu in action before Bruce Lee became popular. In all honesty, I can't say my introduction was totally positive, and it wasn't until I saw King Hu's Raining in the Mountains, Kongshan Ling Yu, 1979, at Montreal's World Film Festival that I fell in love with Chinese language cinema, and I spent the next few years trying to see more.
咁當時佢有睇到胡金铨導演嘅《空山靈雨》啦，咁亦都有睇到一啲李小龍嘅作品。咁但係當時其實坦白講，佢對華語電影嘅印象其實唔係咁正面嘅。咁直到佢喺呢個滿地可嘅呢個世界電影節睇到呢個胡金铨導演嘅《空山靈雨》之後，佢先有改觀。咁喺之後嘅幾年期間，佢係好積極咁去揾呢啲華語電影。
After I returned to Montreal in 1989, I was thrilled to be able to attend the third annual edition of Tammy Chung's International Chinese Film Festival in May 1990, which showcased contemporary Hong Kong films as well as retrospectives. I had become a huge fan of Choi Hark and Ching Siu-tung's Hong Kong New Wave films during the 1980s, when I lived in Ontario before, and I was aware that one could consider these Cinema City and later Film Workshop productions as being independent.
咁喺佢之後，佢1989年佢翻返去滿地可啦，咁佢好有幸可以出席到張紅女士佢喺當地舉辦嘅呢個國際華語電影節，咁喺嗰度睇到好多當時嘅一啲香港嘅電影啦，咁佢就非常之欣賞徐克啦、程小東啦，當時可以話係一個香港嘅新浪潮嘅呢個出嚟嘅呢個時期嘅電影。咁喺80年代佢係居住喺加拿大嘅安大略省，咁佢當時佢意識到咧。好似新藝城或者係電影工作室佢哋出品嘅電影可以算係呢個獨立電影嘅。
So at Tammy's Festival and later, after she encouraged me to visit the Hong Kong International Film Festival for the first time in 1997, I became aware of the long and rich history of Hong Kong studio feature film production from the silent era through the 1940s and successive migrations of anti-capitalist/nationalist and then anti-communist Shanghai filmmakers to the power of Shaw Brothers, Golden Harvest, Cathay, Kong and Gee and other studios through the 1950s, 60s and 70s, the likes of which we have never seen in Canada or Quebec.
咁喺1997年，佢好有幸嚟到香港參加香港國際電影節啦。咁佢當時先意識到香港嘅呢個片廠其實有個非常之悠久同埋非常之豐富嘅歷史啦。咁由40年代開始嘅呢個默片開始，到後面有好多可能係從中國大陸移居過嚟香港嘅呢個電影人。咁直到後期有邵氏啦、嘉禾啦、國泰啦、光藝啦呢啲好多咁嘅片廠呢啲佢哋出品嘅作品咧，其實喺加拿大或者魁北克省都係冇辦法睇到呢一類型嘅電影嘅。
Thus, production companies like Film Workshop and later that of Johnny To and Y Cathai's Milky Way House could be considered to be independents. Elsewhere, that might be the case. But I realized that whereas Hong Kong television, for example, An Hoi, and US college university training, for example, Choi Hark, initially stimulated an independent Hong Kong new wave, what is now considered to be independent, for example, Chung's Visible Record documentaries and Yingyi Chi's non-profit arts organization, are much more marginalized and not commercially oriented at all.
咁佢一路都有關注香港電影啦，咁佢亦都有留意到好似後期杜琪峰同埋韋家輝佢哋創辦嘅銀河影像佢哋嘅出品都可以歸類為獨立電影。咁但係與此同時，佢都意識到咧可能早期香港電影新浪潮係由一班譬如好似由電視出身嘅好似許鞍華導演，或者係由美國回歸嘅好似徐克導演佢哋啟發嘅呢個香港電影新浪潮咁現時可以歸類為獨立電影嘅作品，譬如好似張紅女士佢創辦嘅採風佢哋出品嘅紀錄片，以及我哋今次主辦呢個電影節嘅影意志佢哋嘅作品亦都可以係歸類為獨立電影，咁佢哋可以話非常之唔商業嘅。
Some of the Quebec films showing here are similarly marginal and non-commercial, but not the first two, Denis Arcand's Le Déclin de l'Empire américain, The Decline of the American Empire, 1986, which won the International Critics Fipresci Prize at Cannes, was nominated for the Best Foreign Language Film Oscar and swept the Canadian Film Awards, then called the Genies, with 8 in 1987 and was also the top Canadian film at the domestic box office in 1986.
咁呢一次電影節放映嘅魁北克嘅電影咧，其實大部分亦都係比較非主流同埋非商業嘅。咁除咗有2部，其中一部就係呢個丹尼亞肯佢嘅《美利堅帝國的衰亡》。咁當年咧其實係獲獎無數嘅，喺無論係加拿電影獎得到呢個影評人獎，同埋有獲得呢個奧斯卡嘅最佳外語片嘅提名，同埋喺加拿大嘅奧斯卡呢個頒獎禮上面得到8個獎項，亦都係1986年當年加拿大電影嘅呢個票房冠軍。
And world-renowned theatre director Robert Lepage's first feature film, The Confessional, which cleverly revisited Alfred Hitchcock's I Confess, 1953, which was also the top Canadian film at the 1995 box office and which won the Genies for Best Motion Picture and Best Director.
咁另外一套係可以話係喺呢個頭先提到兩套戲係比較例外嘅，就係、我為輕狂。咁當年係亦都係加拿大電影入邊嘅呢個票房冠軍。
Cinema Direct. This is probably a good time to be discussing what is really significant about Quebec feature film production in the 1960s and 1970s in terms of form and style. As I've already suggested, documentary was the dominant mode of early Canadian film production.
咁跟住落嚟，佢就會探討呢個魁北克電影嘅一啲情況啦。咁佢主力會講1960年代至1970年代，同埋從佢哋嘅形式同埋佢嘅風格去探討。咁好似佢之前所講啦，早期嘅加拿大電影咧，主要係以紀錄片為主嘅。
In Quebec of the 1930s, perhaps not surprisingly, the most important filmmakers were priests, most notably l'Abbé Maurice Prou and Monseigneur Albert Tessier. Prou directed the first sound documentary film made in Canada, En Pays Neuf, 1934 to 37, which reveals an idealized view of colonization, which was the term used for the settling of the land by descendants of European immigrants, in exaltation of the Catholic Church and its members.
咁1930年代咧，喺當時魁北克省最重要嘅一啲呢個電影導演咧，其實係牧師嚟嘅。咁佢提到有兩位牧師，咁其中一個作品咧係可以話係美化咗當年呢個歐洲呢個移民殖民呢個魁北克省嘅一個情況。
Tessier, who was born into an agricultural family, directed about 70 educational films from 1924 to 1956, didactically promoting the beauty of nature and the all-encompassing power of God.
咁另外呢位牧師咧係執導咗70部呢個教育電影，喺30年嘅時間內，咁主要都係讚歎呢個大自然嘅美同埋呢個神嘅呢個全能。
During World War II, the NFB continued the didactic documentary tradition with propaganda, compilation documentary shorts. And in the late 1950s and early 1960s, the film unit became seminal in its use of new lightweight sound recording equipment, the Swiss-made Nagra 3NP, which could then be synchronized with also lightweight 16mm cameras.
咁喺二戰期間咧，呢個國家電影局其實繼續都係推廣呢個有教育意義嘅紀錄片呢個傳統啦。咁當時其實係亦都有啲新嘅一啲電影嘅器材出現，係啲比較輕巧嘅錄音嘅呢個設備，同埋呢個16毫米嘅呢個相機。
Direct cinema, which is most often thought to be a US development, actually started at the NFB with their Candid Eye series of observational documentaries made to be shown on Canadian television in 1958 to 1961.
咁呢個直接電影好多時候可能係大家都以為係源自美國嘅電影界，咁其實當時加拿大亦都有呢個咁嘅運動，咁主要係一啲觀察型嘅呢個紀錄片，通常係喺電視上面放映嘅。
The principal cinematographer and director of this series, Terence McCartney Filgate, went to work for Robert Drew Associates in the US in the early 1960s, leading to US direct cinema. So I'm arguing this is really Canadian, not US. In France, sorry.
咁當時頭先講到呢個紀錄片嘅嗰個攝影師咧，後尾就去咗美國去工作。咁Peter Rist 博士佢嘅意思就係話，呢個直接電影呢個運動其實應該係由加拿大人傳去美國嘅。
Okay, in the early in France, the term cinéma vérité, derived from Giga Bertov's Soviet term kino pravda, meaning cinema truth, was used for this new, more free-flowing observational style of documentary, and from Vertov's understanding that truth must recognize the use of the film apparatus, cameras and editing equipment within the text of the film itself.
咁啊，與此同時，當時法國亦都有呢個真實電影呢個風潮啦。咁係嚟自呢個當時蘇聯嘅一個導演維爾托夫佢發起嘅一個運動呢個係真相電影。咁主要都係鼓勵一種係比較流暢、比較自然嘅一種觀察以觀察為主嘅一個紀錄片一個咁嘅風潮。
A key work of French cinema verité was Jean Rouch and Edgar Morin's Chronique d'un été, Chronicle of a Summer, 1961, which is important in itself, but was really significant in its involvement of Quebecois cinematographer Michel Brault, along with three others, including Jean-Luc Godard's collaborator Raoul Cotard.
咁當時喺呢個真實電影事實電影呢個風潮入邊咧，其實有一位嚟自魁北克省嘅呢個攝影師米修布洛特，咁佢嘅參與亦都係非常之重要。
Brault had worked with McCartney Filgate on the first Candid Eye film Days Before Christmas, 1958, and had shot and co-directed the groundbreaking ONF short Les Racketteurs, The Snowshoers, also 1958, with Gilles Groux, which is now thought to be the first cinema direct short film prefiguring the availability of the lightweight equipment, with a lot of handheld cinematography up close to the participants.
咁頭先講嘅呢位米修布洛特，佢係參與咗拍攝咗好多呢啲雖然啲實驗性非常之強嘅呢啲咁嘅片啦。咁其實佢係參與咗可以話係第一套呢個直接電影嘅一個短片嘅。咁當時仲未出現頭先我哋講嗰啲非常之輕巧嘅一啲設備，咁係用好多大量嘅呢啲手揸嘅呢個攝影嘅技術，而且係非常之有好多呢啲近鏡頭去拍呢啲參與者。
Now, what sets the French version of direct apart from the English understanding is that following on from Vertov, there is recognition of people being behind the camera, not just the documentary subjects in front of it.
咁呢個法國人對呢個紀錄片嘅傳統嘅一個睇法同英文嘅呢個睇法嘅分別咧，主要就係好明顯係佢哋會睇得到佢哋係有意識到紀錄片唔係淨係單單係嗰啲被拍嘅人係參與嘅其中，嗰啲喺鏡頭後面拍嘢嘅人，其實佢哋都係呢個紀錄片嘅一個主題嚟。
Interestingly, this difference can be appreciated in one of the most famous of all English language documentaries made at the NFB, Lonely Boy, where one of the sound technicians, Marcel Carrière, from the French unit, can be seen on camera, and where there is a conversation between him, the film's subject, pop singer Paul Anka, and the English-Canadian directors. One can only assume that it was the decision of Carrière, and possibly one of the two editors, who also crossed over from the French unit, Guy L. Cotte, to include this footage in the finished film.
咁佢就舉咗一個例子啦，呢個亦都係加拿大國家電影局佢哋參與製作嘅一套紀錄片叫《Lonely Boy》。咁喺呢度入邊咧，你係會睇得到其中一個聲音嘅呢個技術人員係嚟自呢個佢哋法國嘅製片方，係有出現喺個鏡頭入邊嘅。咁佢就相信咧呢個出現呢個拍電影嘅人係出現喺個鏡頭入邊，應該係嚟自呢個法方嘅一個要求嘅。
For his achievements as both a cinematographer and director, Michel Brault, born in 1928, died in 2013, is arguably the greatest of all Quebec, even Canadian filmmakers. His chief rival, in my opinion, as greatest Canadian film artist, is probably Michael Snow.
咁因為佢喺作為攝影師同埋導演嘅一個成就，佢認為呢個米修布洛特應該係魁北克省甚至係加拿大有史以嚟最優秀嘅一位電影人。咁可能可以同佢競爭嘅就係另外一位電影人叫做 Michael Snow。
Indeed, he shot 4 films in this series, including Les Bons Débarras and Mon Oncle Antoine, 1971, directed by Claude Jutras, while directing the other two, Orders, Les Ordres, 1974, and Pour la suite du monde, for those who follow, also known as Of Wales, the Moon and Men, 1963, co-directed by Pierre Perrault, which in my humble opinion is the greatest Canadian feature film ever made. I know I'm alone on this one. I hope some of you were able to watch it.
咁頭先提到嘅呢位米修布洛特，佢其實有參與咗呢一次電影節放映嘅其中4部戲啦，包括呢個安東尼叔叔、命令、捕鯨人之歌。咁其中捕鯨人之歌佢認為係應該係有史以嚟最好嘅一部加拿大電影。咁當然佢都意識到可能有呢個睇法嘅人唔係咁多。
All of these films can be appreciated as works of cinematic realism, which is closely aligned to the documentary form. The Canadian style of realism is not necessarily close to that of Jean Renoir's French films of the 1930s that were championed by André Bazin for their lateral depth of field and their staging of action beyond the frame, but closer to the ideal of post-World War II Italian neo-realism, where films were shot on location rather than in the studio, employed non-professional actors a lot of the time, and where the action was de-dramatized and naturalistic, with characters who were never larger than life in the Hollywood way.
咁頭先上述呢啲電影，你都可以話佢哋係一啲屬於比較寫實嘅電影啦。咁比較接近呢個紀錄片嘅形式。咁話佢哋係寫實電影，但係佢哋又唔係咁接近呢個當時可能30年代呢個雷諾亞佢提倡嗰個傳統，佢覺得係更加接近二戰之後意大利新寫實主義嗰種風格。咁通常嗰啲電影都係喺實景嗰度進行拍攝，而唔係喺片場啦。咁係用一啲非專業嘅演員啦。咁同埋好多時候嗰個劇情嗰個都唔係非常之戲劇化，係偏向比較自然嘅。咁呢啲角色亦都唔會係一啲非常之接近好似荷里活咁樣嘅一啲英雄咁樣嘅人物。
Also, the first 3 of Brault's films that I mentioned and other Quebec feature films were also characterized by a specifically French realism that dominated the 19th century literature of France, where the darker side of human nature is represented, the opposite of the feel-good Hollywood way. And for those of you who just saw the film before, that fits in with that category.
咁頭先佢講到呢3套戲，可以話你都可以喺入邊睇到一啲法國比較法式嘅一啲寫實主義。咁呢個亦都係19世紀法國文學裏邊比較常見嘅一種風格。咁佢哋都會呈現一啲人性嘅陰暗面啦。咁呢個可以話係同荷里活嗰種令到你睇完之後可能會好開心、好輕快嘅一種感覺係自然不同。咁頭先今晚你哋睇嗰套戲應該亦都係非常之符合頭先呢個描述嘅。
Pour la suite du monde is a significant, or for those who follow, is a significant and innovative work in the genre of filmic ethnography and a landmark in Quebecois cinema for introducing director Pierre Perrault's Cinema vécu, lived cinema, which complicates the documentary fiction dichotomy.
捕鯨人之歌導演係皮亞皮可。咁佢呢度提到咧就佢嘅呢個電影風格咧，佢係被形容為係生存電影。咁佢嘅主要嘅特色就係話喺佢嘅作品裏邊，紀錄片同埋劇情片嘅呢個界線係變得非常之模糊嘅。
A second key figure working at the French unit of the NFB, along with Brault, who collaborated with Perrault, was the person most responsible for recording the direct sound of Quebecois speech carrière.
另外一位非常之重要嘅角色，佢都係頭先我哋提到嘅米修布洛特咧，佢都有參與拍攝呢個作品嘅。同埋另外仲有一位收音師，就係頭先我哋提到就有出現喺一個紀錄片入邊嗰位收音師，都係負責專門去做呢個錄音嘅。
Perrault and his crew travelled to Île aux Coudres, Hazelnut Island, in the St. Lawrence River, where they met up with the family and friends of Alexis Tremblay, who had been the focus of the seminal Anglophone NFB documentary to have been filmed in rural Quebec, Alexis Tremblay, Habitant, 1943, directed by Jane Marsh Beveridge. They were interested in persuading the men of the island to catch a beluga whale, not a porpoise, as it's, I think, maybe translated, a practice that hadn't been exercised for generations.
咁呢套紀錄片，佢哋導演佢哋係去到一個地方叫聖羅倫斯河啦。咁佢哋去遇到一啲當地居住嘅居民，咁佢哋嘗試去說服佢哋去捕鯨。咁呢個係一個當地一個習俗，咁係但係已經係流失咗好長嘅時間嘅。
Initially, the men of the town debate whether or not they should try the old practice of whale hunting. And Pierre Harvey and Alexis' son Leopold lead the adventure. Alexis Tremblay's voice is a dissenting one, and throughout Pour la Suite du Monde he plays devil's advocate, providing some conflict to an otherwise harmonious work. When the islanders do eventually catch a beluga, it is lovingly transported to an aquarium in New York City to conclude the film.
咁喺呢個小鎮上面居住嘅男人們咧，佢哋當時係有產生咗一啲激烈嘅爭辯，究竟係咪應該要去捕鯨？咁最後咧，佢哋都係同意咗去捕鯨。咁呢個鯨魚咧，當時係被運咗去紐約嘅一個呢個水族館。
In one sense, the resultant film is not a documentary, because without the filmmaker's intervention, there wouldn't have been a film.
咁從某層面嚟講咧，呢套戲唔係一個紀錄片，因為如果唔係有呢啲電影人嘅呢個參與或者係干涉咧，其實係唔會有呢套電影嘅。
In another sense, Pour la Suite du Monde is a documentary, because whatever then happened was filmed, with its rhythmic oscillation between speech and action, and its poetic evocation of everyday life. The film becomes a truly lived cinema experience.
咁但係從另外一方面嚟講，呢套係一個徹頭徹尾嘅一個紀錄片，因為所有發生嘅嘢都係全程係拍攝咗喺入邊嘅。咁可以話係一個活生生嘅一個電影嘅一個體驗。
Unlike most ethnographic or anthropological films that are produced by outsiders, this one provides the sense of an intimate insider's portrait of a rural Quebec community, for all Quebecois, and a time capsule of a vanishing and vanished world for future generations.
咁可能同好多呢啲一般嘅紀錄片有啲唔同啦。呢套俾人嘅感覺係非常之親密親近呢個當時呢個魁北克嘅呢個社群。咁亦都可以話係為未來嘅呢啲年輕人係記錄咗一段係正在消逝嘅一個族群。
And although Perrault, Bro, and Carrière and the rest of the crew were well-intentioned in insisting on having the film's subjects speak for themselves, one could argue that the college-educated filmmakers were working from an elitist, higher-class position.
雖然呢套電影嘅導演、紀錄片嘅導演同埋佢嘅工作人員，可能佢哋嘅本身嘅出發點係良好嘅，係希望係俾呢啲主角咧係等佢哋可以講出佢哋想講嘅説話，係一個自然嘅方式去自然流露。咁但係亦都可以話呢啲係讀過呢啲電影學院出嚟嘅電影人，其實佢哋係從一個比較將自己擺咗喺一個比較高嘅位置去睇呢件事，係比較從一個比較精英嘅角度去睇呢件事。
So I'm going to cut this because it's not necessary. So I'm going to start down here. Okay. When explanation is needed. When explanation is needed in the film, the participants provide it themselves. Although an English subtitled 35mm print of the full-length film had been made available by the NFB for screenings at film festivals, it wasn't until 2000, in anticipation of a Bro tribute, that the NFB decided to distribute this version of the Whales, the Moon and Men, a title very poetic but that Bro disliked and that was finally removed when a box set of Perrault's Ilo trilogy was released on DVD in 2007 with newly translated subtitles.
當喺呢套紀錄片入邊，如果係觀眾係有任何疑問嘅時候，通常呢套戲嘅主角當地嗰啲生活嘅人咧，都會能夠提供到一個解釋，去提供到一個答案。咁呢套戲最早出嚟係一個35毫米嘅一個菲林嘅版本啦。咁係加拿大國家電影局係有發放去好多呢啲電影節去進行放映。咁但係直到2000年咧嘅時候咧，先至出現係有一個DVD 嘅版本嘅。
So I apologize for the length of this presentation. I should have worked with Christopher to cut more of this because it's taking too long. Anyway, we will watch 2 clips now, although I've forgotten how to initiate them. Switch my mic off. So can you see the subtitles are cut off? Okay, that's too bad. We can't read the subtitles. Boy. Okay. Suggested to the islanders and thereby renew it.
J'ai dit comme ça, moi je pourrais pas danser, me voilà encore à manger pour tout lutter.
So it's interesting, all of the voices are of the people in the film, but we don't necessarily know initially who is talking or singing, and we'll gradually learn that through the duration of the film.
Mes petits amis,
Friends,
après avoir lu
while reading the
Les grandes
Adventures of
aventures de
Jacques
Jacques
Cartier,
Cartier, dans son voyage de 1535,
during his
je
voyage of
trouvais un bout quelquefois
1525,
qui va vous
I
intéresser.
found a part that I think was
Donc, je vais essayer de vous le
interesting.
lire.
I'll try to read it to you as best I can, as it's written in Old French.
Je suis devant, là.
So now we've got
c'est la plante comme il faut, là.
sailor,
Le 6e jour du
fishermen
mois,
and sailors. So this is
avec bon vent, tu me
for a
courris
fair wind. We made our way upstream
environ 15
for about 15 leagues,
et aux Indes, à une île
and I landed on an island.
du Nord.
So these are the words of the explorer that Alexis Tremblay is reading, and now we have the voices of the fishermen. Filling the boys mean the women are expecting us home for the winter. Thanks. See you next year if God doesn't break out back this winter. So he's continuing to read the Old French, to translate the Old French text into New French.
Et grosse, pleine de beaux et grands arbres de plusieurs sortes. Et entre autres, il y a plusieurs coudres.
So that, they found these hazelnuts and therefore gave the name of the island Hazelnut Island. Anyway, I apologize for cutting off the. So this is where they're starting to talk about catching the beluga whale. Talking to Dad, that's Alexei, about it because he had a share in doing that. So the filmmakers have already persuaded a couple of people to do this, but now we don't hear the filmmakers talking. But it's interesting how we get this variety of voices and we gradually get to know what they're trying to do. We haven't seen Alexis Tremblay yet, or we are not aware of the fact that we've met him, so we're going to meet him now through his sons and their friends. No, you can't do it in the fall, you have to do it in the spring. So you can tell the film began to be shot in the fall, and then they continued to film a little bit in the winter, and they went back in the spring to actually film the beluga hunt. So this is Alexis Tremblay. And he starts to, then we know his voice and we can start to recognize his voice from before reading Jacques Cartier's script. Poetic kind of 16th century French. And so they start arguing about whether or not they should be doing this, and very interesting, I think, right? Without the filmmakers being there, this would never have happened. Okay, so I think we can stop this now. So one of the interesting things about the Old French is that some people believe that the way the Quebec accent has developed is actually closer now to Old French than French spoken in France is. So in terms of language, this was Pierre Perrault's real interest in trying to, so I'm saying he's an ethnographer and an anthropologist because he's trying to save the old language and rejuvenate, bring it back.
咁其中一個好多人嘅睇法其實就係魁北克嘅法語咧，其實可能更加接近15世紀、16世紀嘅古法語。咁呢位導演其實佢透過拍呢個紀錄片，就係希望能夠保留呢一個古法語嘅一個傳統。
Okay, so Jean-Pierre Lefebvre, born in 1941, was an extremely prolific Quebec film director, making 22 feature-length films from 1965 to 1991, an average of almost one a year. He was also very unusual that he didn't arrive at fiction filmmaking through making short documentary films, although he did work briefly at the NFB.
咁另外一位值得探討嘅導演係呢個尚皮亞利費華，咁佢係一個非常之多產嘅導演啦。喺1965年至1991年期間咧，就係拍咗22套長片嘅，差唔多平均一年有一套。咁而且另外一樣嘢非常之特別嘅就係佢其實一開始佢唔係拍呢個傳統嘅呢個劇情片嘅，佢係最早係拍一啲短嘅紀錄片嘅。
He was a genuinely independent filmmaker who always worked on very low budgets and mostly shot on 16mm. He found his own production company, Cinema1, in 1969 with his wife, ensuring total control over his work.
咁佢可以話係一個真係好徹頭徹尾嘅一個獨立電影人啦。咁基本上佢嘅製作都係非常之低成本嘅，咁通常都係用呢個16毫米嘅相機去拍攝啦。咁佢亦都有創辦佢自己嘅呢個製作公司同佢嘅呢個妻子。咁基本上可以話喺創作上佢係完全係獨立自主。
He favoured the long take shooting style, and like many Quebec filmmakers of the period, he tended to shoot on location. Although these aspects of his style ensure that he was working in the realist mode, his films were often also formally and stylistically experimental, closer to Godard and theatre director, playwright and theorist Bertolt Brecht's reflexive modernism.
咁佢嘅呢個風格係都係偏向寫實啦，好中意長鏡頭啦。咁好多時候都係實景拍攝嘅。咁亦都好多人會將佢將佢嘅風格同高達去相提並論，同埋一個非常之出名嘅呢個劇作家布希特。
Lefebvre's films featured fragmented narratives, alternations between black and white and colour stock, and alternations between long takes and montages. Although some of them were constructed deliberately in a more classical and normal manner, those two films that I have listed there, both of which are beautiful and emotionally moving.
咁佢嘅電 電影嘅作品嘅風格，好多時候可能會有啲碎片化嘅敘事啦，可能會係遊走於呢個黑白嘅鏡頭同埋呢個彩色嘅鏡頭，亦都會有一啲長鏡頭同埋蒙太奇。咁當然亦都有一啲相對係比較傳統嘅敘事風格嘅。咁係包括呢個佢提到嘅兩套戲《The Last Betrothal》同埋《Wildflower》，呢兩套都係相對比較傳統嘅敘事風格，係非常之美嘅。
The Old Country Where Rambo Died, 1977, which showed yesterday at this festival. I hope some of you were able to see it. Typical of the kind of limited exposure that Lefebvre's films receive outside Quebec. Le Vieux Pays was shown for 2 days only at the Thalia Repertory Cinema in New York City in November 1984 on a double bill with Les Fleurs Sauvages. Yet both films had received their world premieres at Cannes, with the former being in competition.
南波逝去的故鄉係呢一次電影節放映嘅其中一個作品啦。佢係同好多呢位導演嘅作品一樣，可能佢哋喺一般電影院上映嘅時間非常之短嘅。咁但係其實呢套戲係當年係有入圍呢個加納嘅電影節嘅呢個主競賽單元。
So Le Vieux Pays, atypically for Lefebvre, was a relatively expensive film, costing slightly over $350,000. It was a co-production with France, hence the higher budget, and his co-writer, Mireille Amiel, who is French, wrote for the French characters, and Lefebvre wrote for the Quebecois character Abel, played by Marcel Sabourin, a visitor to the old country.
咁呢部《南波逝去的故鄉》同佢之前嘅作品有啲唔同啦，就係佢嘅成本相對較高嘅，大概係35萬美元左右。咁呢個係一個同法國合作嘅合拍片。佢係同另外一位法國嘅編劇一齊合作。咁法國嘅編劇就負責寫入邊呢個法國人嘅角色嘅對白，而佢咧就負責寫入邊呢個魁北克人呢個角色嘅對白。
So the film's narrative is episodic, in keeping with the picaresque nature of Abel's wandering to observe and listen.
咁呢套戲嗰個敘事結構係片段式嘅，咁就好似呢個主角 Abel 佢係喺呢個係不斷咁喺度漫遊，喺度遊走，咁不斷喺度觀察同埋聆聽。
Many people that he meets are puzzled by his accent, thinking him to be Belgian, Algerian, or even Cambodian, and at one point he claims to have visited France to see if there were still Frenchmen in France, to see if they resembled me.
咁喺片入邊，大部分嘅人對於呢位主角 Abel 嘅呢個口音都係非常之迷茫嘅。有人會以為佢係比利時人，有人以為佢係阿爾及利亞人，甚至係呢個柬埔寨人。但係咧呢個主角咧就講話咧，其實佢係嚟睇下法國究竟仲有冇法國人。
Early in the film, in the Parisienne Chez Charles bar, a shooting and editing style is adopted, which becomes a pattern for the film as a whole. Abel is composing aloud a letter to his father. He's seated at a table and facing the camera, which is angled to the rear wall at 90 degrees, perpendicular. It is as if he is responding to an invisible interviewer.
呢位主角咧，佢係坐喺一張台然後面向一個鏡頭，同一個牆係形成90度，好似佢喺度接受緊訪問一樣。
Intercut shots of other characters in the bar provide illustrations for Abel's letter, which together presents mostly a comical and negative image of French culture. In one shot, 3 soldiers raise their glasses. The first toasts France, the second himself, and the third utters an obscenity. By contrast, the scene ends with a cut to an art gallery, an altogether more positive image of French culture.
咁入邊有好多情節係對呢個法國嘅文化似乎係一個非常比較負面啲一個描述。咁有一個鏡頭就係3個士兵喺度舉杯碰杯。咁第一個係向呢個法國捉走，第二個係向佢自己捉走，第3個捉走嘅時候咧係講咗一句粗口嘅。咁係與呢個相反嘅咧，有一幕咧其實係見到一個畫廊嘅一個片段。咁呢個好似係俾人感覺係對法國文化比較正面嘅一個描述。
It's clear that stylistic decisions made in the film were very deliberate. Somewhat like Godard in its anti-illusionism, Le Vieux Pays' long-take style more pertinently alludes to Brecht's theory of epic theatre, where characters directly address the audience, but where the intended audience response is still emotionally charged.
咁呢部作品入邊有好多嘅風格都俾人哋同呢個提到呢個高達。咁但係佢認為可能更加接近呢個布希特佢所提到嘅一個呢個劇場嘅一個風格。咁個角色咧就係直接係向呢個觀眾進行一個發言。
So the film begins and ends on an aerial view. Actually, Abel was a pilot in Quebec. You never see that. Apparently of ice flows merging white and blue. Throughout the film, the colour white has been associated with Quebec, a frozen expanse and a clean slate. And Abel's final visit to Cassis in the south of France ends on the Mediterranean Sea, bleached out by the sun. In Rambo's words, swallowed by it, momentarily linking the two nations, which for Abel have come to seem so distinct.
咁呢套戲開始同埋最後嘅兩個鏡頭都係一個從高而落嘅一個鏡頭。咁係見到一啲冰塊喺度流動。咁最後佢係引用咗呢個南波嘅一個詩句作為一個結尾。
Okay, this is amazing. I can't believe this works. But so we're going to end. I can't show a clip from the film, but there's a good trailer which is available through the Elephant site in Quebec, and that's the organization which restores mostly French language Quebec films. And so I found that there was a trailer which I was hoping we could play. Yeah, okay. So so I think what you see, so I talked about the perpendicular style. This is a little bit angled, it's not 90 degrees, but that's a bell on the right.
Désirez quelque chose?
Moi, des fleurs.
Ça m'étonnerait que ce soit autre chose.
Mais votre accent, j'y pense, n'a rien de parisien. Seriez-vous de Provence ou bien du Cotentin?
Now this is much more of a 90-degree perpendicular shot. And this as well, because of the corner cafe is very interesting, that we're actually looking directly at the singer. Now we're looking directly at one of the two women that he interacts with and her son. So here we're seeing typically the style of the film, which is like Godard, but which I think is deliberately more intimate. So here we're at the Cassis, so the sea is more blue than that, we have clips of artworks, the glory of France painting.
Cette vie de coups de cris, de punition injuste. Pour rien.
Voilà, monsieur Abel. Vous mangez bien un petit calvados, hein? Ah, c'est du bon. Le Marie-Loire nous le rapporte de Normandie, hein? Abel?
Ouais. Oh, je suis bien content de te connaître.
Abel.
So I think his attire, the way he dresses, is very Quebecois of the period. Even here we have a 90-degree shot, a perpendicular shot.
Alors moi je suis venu en France pour voir s'il y a toujours des Français en France, pour voir s'ils ressemblent aux Français qui sont venus chez nous.
Okay, so anyway, so I'm sorry about the length. We thought that it was going to be simultaneous translation, so it should have been half the length of it. So I'm sorry about that. Are there any questions?
Any questions?
Thank you for your wonderful talk. I'd like to ask a question not directly related to your talk, but sort of like a follow-up question related to the current documentary filmmaking. Because the documentary film, there's a very long tradition of documentary filmmaking in Canada. What about like the current?
Yeah. I actually don't think that formally and stylistically there've necessarily been so many developments. Or there is a young documentary filmmaker in Quebec named Dominique Gagnon, who makes compilation films from elsewhere. So not footage he's shot himself, but actually like the original NFB documentaries.
個問題係關於現時魁北克或者係加拿大一啲拍嘅紀錄片嘅一個情況。咁佢就提到一位喺魁北克嘅一位年輕嘅導演。咁佢係主要係用一啲其他人拍嘅素材，然後集結成為一個紀錄片。咁係其實比較接近早年加拿大國家電影局佢哋資助嘅嗰啲作品嘅一個風格。
So he and actually a couple of others are fairly innovative in terms of making compilation films, but also Dominique Gagnon has been very controversial because he went online and took footage that had been shot by Innu people, Inuit, and put together a film which I haven't been able to see because it was banned. Because the Innu, the native people, complained about the film. How dare someone who is not Innu himself make this film? Gagnon said, well, I'm just taking stuff that you've made off the internet, but the way, I guess, he put the material together. So, and I have a follow-up point to that.
咁佢又提到呢一位年輕嘅導演咧，咁佢喺網上面就揾好多素材，然後集結成為一個片啦。咁但係其實佢都係好有爭議性嘅，因為佢之前就攞咗一啲原住民加拿大原住民佢哋已經拍咗出嚟嘅素材，然後集結成為一個片。咁跟住其實呢個片係被禁嘅。咁但係佢嘅睇法就係話呢啲已經係喺網上面公開咗嘅素材，佢係應該有權可以去用。
But I think in other ways, Indigenous people of Canada, First Nations, in quotes, Indians, and Innu people are making their own films, which is really, really important, not just documentaries, but also fiction films, which are maybe not innovative formally or stylistically, but certainly enable Canadian documentary film and fiction film to become more diversified. The most famous person is Alanisa Bomsawin, who has received the Order of Canada and all kinds of major awards within Canada. She's been making films for a long time. But there was a documentary made last year by a woman called Angry Inuk, which was very interesting because it made an argument for the seal hunting, which is done in the very north of Canada, has been destroyed because of the arguments against other kinds of seal hunts, where the people don't themselves use the seals but sell them as furs and so on, and it's destroyed economically the northern lives of Innu people in Canada. So a very angry documentary which is needed because it gives a completely different perspective on the way things are happening.
咁佢話其實加拿大嘅原住民而家都有好多人係參與呢個紀錄片嘅拍攝或者係劇情片嘅拍攝，咁佢其實覺得係非常之重要，因為可以令到成個創作更加多元化。咁佢頭先亦都有舉到一個例子，有兩個例子，一個係喺加拿大本國係獲得好多獎項嘅一位紀錄片導演。咁另外一位導演就係舊年係拍咗一套關於呢個海豹嘅捕獵嘅呢個題材。咁係因為呢個海豹捕獵而家可能係被禁，所以導致好多嗰啲北部嘅居民係因為咁樣就失去咗佢哋嘅生計。咁覺得呢啲都係一個非常之好嘅一個現象。
But in other ways, in Quebec as well, there's innovations in terms of experimental films. So one, oh gee, that's terrible, I've forgotten his name, I wasn't prepared for this. But I think that you can consider, in some ways, experimental film to be on the edge of documentary. So there are innovations, I think, there as well. In Quebec, perhaps more now than in the rest of Canada.
咁佢覺得魁北克省喺紀錄片呢方面其實都係好有實驗性同埋好多創新。咁佢覺得應該係比其他嘅省份係更加活躍。
Alexandre Larose and Daichi, forgotten his family name. Anyway, the two really, really important Quebec-based experimental filmmakers whose work could also be considered to be documentary.
咁佢頭先提到呢兩位導演都係居住喺魁北克嘅，咁佢哋嘅作品係可以話係比較實驗性比較強。
Daichi Saito, in a poll conducted by Film Comment magazine in the US, he was named the second most important, prominent, upcoming experimental filmmaker in the world, and he works in Montreal.
咁其中一位導演係曾經被呢個美國呢個 Film Comment 呢個雜誌係選為其中一位最值得期待嘅一個紀錄片導演。
So I wanted to apologize for being a white Englishman doing this talk, but tomorrow, you must come tomorrow and see a real francophone expert on Quebec film, Claire.
咁我哋聽日其實晏晝都仲有另外一個講座，都係嚟自呢個魁北克省嘅一位電影方面嘅權威嚟同我哋做一個分享。
You mentioned that you think Pour le Sud du Monde is the best Canadian film, and can you talk about a bit more about the concept of lived cinema vacuum? How is it different from photo cinema verite?
Yeah.
And can we see its influence in today's Quebecois cinema?
Yeah. Okay. So I think that the idea of actually getting people to sort of restage something themselves from the past was actually very unusual at the time. And but it's Pierre Perrault's term that he used, which was, I mean, neither he nor Bro actually liked the term cinema verite. So the two of them, I mean, I argued that that cinema direct was different from direct cinema because of the involvement of the people behind the camera recognizing themselves. But I think Perrault did it differently in sort of, we never see Perrault or Bro in the film, but they are clearly involved in the process. But what Perrault was most interested in doing was retrieving the past and also representing the present and showing people the way they lived as well as the way they used to live, but in their own words. So for Perrault, dialogue was probably more important. The word was probably more important than the image, but Bro was the image person, so I think it was a great collaboration. But Carrière as well, so the three of them. I'm kind of against the auteur theory, so I think that collaborative work is really important, which was key there. It was a collaboration between the filmmakers and the people. And so the people were, clearly involved in the filmmaking process.
佢係唔支持呢個作者論嘅，佢認為呢個作品其實係導演同埋佢哋拍嘅主題一齊合作先至能夠產生呢個效果，可以將呢個過去佢哋一個習俗重新展現喺大家眼前。
So we have to finish. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry I didn't give you more time for questions.
因為時間，時間嘅關係咧，我哋可以仲有一條問題，仲有冇咧？咁如果冇嘅話咧，咁我哋個座談會咧就喺呢度完結啦。咁我哋好多謝Dr. Rist 今日同我哋講關於魁北克電影，多謝。如果大家有興趣嘅話咧，我哋可以喺出邊嘅大堂嗰度咧繼續傾下。你如果有啲問題想問Dr. Rist 嘅都得嘅。不過 sorry， 我哋由我喺度賣一個廣告啦。咁聽日咧，我哋仲有2場電影放映嘅。咁晏晝就係舒適與冷漠，咁同埋夜晚咧就係滿地可耶穌。咁2套電影，sorry， 仲有一場咧因為咧就聽日中間咧仲有一個seminar， 咁係令我哋一位咧好重要嘅嘉賓咧就係魁北克省魁北Montreal 一個好出名嘅影評人做嘅一個座談會嘅，希望大家都出席。咁多謝晒大家。